Mrs. N. Rama Lakshmi, Director, Deputy Director, URSC, Ms. Shraddha Jain, Comment Creator, Bangalore, M.G. Balakrishna, Senior Vice President, Madam Uma Reddy, Vice President, Tejashri, Chairman, Women's Committee, Advisor, our Mattigada Chandraya Dinesh, MC Dinesh, Co-Chairman Umaji Reddy, past Presidents, Managing Committee members, and all my colleagues, representation from all the other associations, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening to everyone. I am delighted to welcome you all to celebration of International Women's Day at FKCCI, an event which we hold every year and also one that we all eagerly look forward to. We are privileged to have with us two most shining examples of successful women who have made an impact on society by virtue of their work and personality. I would like to extend a warm welcome to Madam Rama Lakshmi, Madam, outstanding scientist and Deputy Director, U.R. Rao Satellite Center. Incidentally, let us remember that just yesterday the whole of India was celebrating the achievements of Indian women scientists after the historic and successful testing of the new Agni-5 ballistic missile equipped to carry multiple warheads, each of which is capable of hitting a target. That is the historic mission Divya Shastra was headed by a woman scientist, and the project committee included many women scientists, and our esteemed guest was also in Chandrayaan 1, 2, 3. Welcome you, madam. And we are proud of you, what you have achieved. I also extend a warm welcome to Ms. Shraddha Jain, content creator, actor, comedian, RJ television host for today's youth icon and inspiration for all the youths to chase their dreams and make their own path in life. Like our Prime Minister said, I just said IU, that's all. Okay. I also welcome my fellow office bearers, advisors, Women Entrepreneurs Committee, each member of the Women's Entrepreneurs Committee, and also FKCCI managing directors who are in our board member, Madam Shushima, Jesse Lawrence, can get up and they will know you. Tejashri, Madhurani Gowda, and Uday Reddy, madam. And as in tune of women's of the Prime Minister has stated, FKCCI also has not discriminated. We are not gender biased. That's why we have Vice President Uma Madam as the next Vice President of FKCCI in another few years. I have always believed that women are second to none, and if given an equal opportunity, they can easily outbeat men. Friends, as many of you know, FKCCI has been diligently encouraging women to pursue their aspirations with confidence. We look forward eagerly to mentoring our women to become successful business owners on their own right. Studies show that women rank higher than men in social traits, which include openness and collaboration, which are essential for qualities for successful entrepreneurs. Research also shows that women have a higher level of loss aversion. Another study shows that women leaders demonstrate more transformation leadership styles. Women are more likely to symbolize what is good in the organization and inspire people to go along with mission compared with men. I also welcome some of our ladies who are the spouses, our past presidents and managing committee members. I welcome you all, madam, here. Maybe all this may make men feel sorry, but we don't have to worry, because is as said, because our success is also a woman. So they are the reason why we are successful, and we need to be grateful for that. Friends, I would like to close saying that we need to encourage and motivate the women folk in our lives in whatever ways we can and be a part for their success too. And I also firmly believe that unless India has to be a global, if we have to reach 5 trillion economy, women contribution is needed, otherwise we cannot achieve that. So it is for the women organization to, as FKCCI, we always want women to become entrepreneurs, and this is the right platform and the right motivation which encourages women to become more entrepreneurs and industrialists. That is, the choice is there, but do something on your own so that you can create jobs and you cannot be a job seeker. That is the motto of the FKCCI, and I welcome once again on behalf, before saying few words, I also welcome my wife Leela here also, so on the Women's Day, and the other ladies of the office bearers, Madam Kirti, Madam, everyone who are present here, I welcome, and I also insist that everyone who has assembled here, each one of you who have come over here to participate in this International Women's Celebration at FKCCI, I welcome you all once again. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. I now invite Ms. Shushima Vidya Ratnaraj, Chairperson of International Affairs at FKCCI, to grace us with the invocation song. And I request the President, the office bearers, the chief guests, and guests of honor to kindly help us with the ceremonial lighting of the lamp.
ನೀನೊಲಿದರೆ ಜ್ಞಾನ ನೀನಗುತ್ತಿರೆ ಗಾನ ನೀನೊಲಿದರೆ ಜ್ಞಾನ ನೀನಗುತ್ತಿರೆ ಗಾನ ಶಾರದಾಂಬೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಧ್ಯಾನ ಅಮೃತಪಾನ ನೀನೊಲಿದರೆ ಜ್ಞಾನ ನೀನಗುತ್ತಿರೆ ಗಾನ ಶಾರದಾಂಬೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಧ್ಯಾನ ಅಮೃತಪಾನ ನೀನೊಲಿದರೆ ಜ್ಞಾನ ವಾಣಿ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣಿ ಶೃಂಗಾರನಾದವೇಣಿ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನ ಮನರಾಣಿ ಮಾಣಿಕ್ಯ ವೀಣಾ ಪಾಣಿ ಸರಸ್ವತಿ ಭಾರತಿ ದಿವ್ಯಮೂರ್ತಿ ಶೃಂಗೇರಿ ಪುರವಾಸಿನಿ ನೀಡು ಸನ್ಮತಿ ನೀನೊಲಿದರೆ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಮನದೆ ಕವಿದ ಇರುಳ ಹರಿಸಿ ಕರುಣೆಯಿಂದಲೀ ಅರಿವು ಎನ್ನುವ ಮಾನವ ನೀಡಿ ಒಲುಮೆಯಿಂದಲೀ ನನ್ನ ಕಣ್ಣ ತುಂಬ ನಿನ ರೂಪು ನೆಲಸಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಕಣ್ಣ ತುಂಬ ನಿನ ರೂಪು ನೆಲಸಲಿ ನನ್ನ ನಾಲಿಗೆ ಸದಾ ನಿಮನಾಮ ನುಡಿಸಲಿ ನೀನೊಲಿದರೆ ಜ್ಞಾನ ನೀನಗುತ್ತಿರೆ ಗಾನ ಶಾರದಾಂಬೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಧ್ಯಾನ ಅಮೃತಪಾನ ನೀನೊಲಿದರೆ ಜ್ಞಾನ.
Thank you very much, ma'am. It was indeed a pleasure and melodious song for all of us. Moving forward, let me invite Ms. Uma G. Reddy, co-chairperson of the Women Entrepreneur Committee at FKCCI, to introduce our distinguished guest of honor for the evening.
Fantabulous evening. So today we have Shraddha. I would like to just say a few words about her. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up the captivating journey into the extraordinary life and the career of our esteemed guest of honor, the incomparable Shraddha Jain, also known as, hey, that's nice. Originally on engineering track, Shraddha discovered her comedic flair during her school days in a middle-class household. With an accountant father and a government school teacher as a mother, the notion of comedy as a career seemed distant. However, fate had other plans. After engineering, Shraddha became the beloved voice in the mornings on Fever 104 FM and RG Shraddha for 9 delightful years, transitioning seamlessly to television and also served as the head of non-fiction programming on Colors Kannada. In the digital realm, she is not just breaking the internet, she is owing it. Recently awarded by our Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji with the National Creator Award. She's just not a creator, she's the trendsetter. Don't you agree? What sets her apart is not just the humor, it's the ingenious creativity she injects into every piece of content. Beyond the laughs, each creation carries a layer of social responsibility. Today, we are honored to have this creative powerhouse among us. Get ready for an evening filled with laughter, charm, and the infectious energy of Ayo Shraddha.
श्रद्धा से मेरा दोबारा मिलने का मौका मिला है, बहुत बहुत बधाई। बाजार से सब्जी कितनी बढ़िया क्यों ना लाए, उसमें जब तक तड़का नहीं लगता है ना, टेस्ट नहीं आता है। तो ये हाथ से की चीजें जो है वो तड़का का काम करती है जिंदगी में।
और आज आपकी स्पॉन्टेनिटी ने सबको फ्लोर कर दिया है।
बेस्ट क्रिएटिव क्रिएटर फीमेल की श्रेणी में पुरस्कार प्राप्त कर रही हैं श्रद्धा, जिन्हें मशहूर है अय्यो श्रद्धा के नाम से। आप अलग अलग भाषाओं में कॉमेडी प्रस्तुत करती हैं, हास्य कलाकार। दैट्स श्रद्धा।
अय्यो श्रद्धा से मेरा दोबारा मिलने का मौका मिला है, बहुत बहुत बधाई।
बहुत धन्यवाद इस पुरस्कार के लिए। और ये पुरस्कार एक्नॉलेज करता है कि जो लोग घर में एक स्मार्टफोन के जरिए कंटेंट बनाते हैं वो भी एक स्किल है। ये एक्नॉलेज करता है ये पुरस्कार, इसका बहुत 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 धन्यवाद। देश में अक्सर सामाजिक, राजनीतिक, औद्योगिक वजहों से परिस्थिति काफी गंभीर हो जाती है। मेरी कोशिश ये रहती है कि इसमें अगर एक ह्यूमरस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू या हास्य रस मिलाया जाए तो एक पॉजिटिविटी फैलाई जा सकी। जो भी परिस्थिति हो, आई थिंक हमारे देश के लोग इतने प्यारे हैं कि परिस्थिति कितनी भी गंभीर हो, हम हर चीज में मुस्कुराने की वजह ढूंढ लेते हैं। और मैं अपने कंटेंट से ये वजह दर्शाने की कोशिश करती हूँ। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत धन्यवाद।
देखिए, बाजार से सब्जी कितनी बढ़िया क्यों ना लाए, उसमें जब तक तड़का नहीं लगता है ना, टेस्ट नहीं आता है। तो ये हाथ से की चीजें जो है वो तड़का का काम करती है जिंदगी में।
और आज आपकी स्पॉन्टेनिटी ने सबको फ्लोर कर दिया है।
थैंक यू
सो मच। थैंक यू।
And no, I truly believe that I think India and Indians have the best sense of humor in the world. We know we can laugh through any situation. And we can hold a positive attitude in any situation. And that's why Indianness is my biggest inspiration for content. And I think only we can brave any situation with a dose of humor. And I think that's what we can teach the world. So, we've been through 200 years of the British rule, and in those 200 years, apart from fighting for our freedom, we have sang, danced, and lived through those 200 years of oppression and pain. And that for me, I look back at the history of my country and I feel, wow, which other country has the kind of spirit we Indians do? And I think that drives all my writing and all my content. And thank you so much for inviting me here today for the International Women's Day celebration to celebrate the achievements of extraordinary women who are entrepreneurs, businesswomen who have created job opportunities, revenue opportunities for our country, and just listening about the kind of work that the women here are putting together is so inspirational. I know Sir has already spoken about how women are great leaders, and I have heard this from so many leaders that women are capable of transformational leadership. And the only thing I always think every time is, why has it taken people to realize this so much time? Isn't this obvious for us growing up, how innovative women are? You must have seen, we have grown up seeing our mothers who will make the best of what she has at home. If you've seen her cooking, she needs tomatoes are not there, she'll use tamarind. She needs tamarind is not there, tomatoes, both are not there, mango powder. She will make do with what is there and innovate every day. And she's also the best inventory manager. She knows exactly how much the wheat flour is going to last, how many days the sugar is going to last, and if sugar is not there as a reserve, how many days she can make do with jaggery in the house. The best inventory manager. And she can deal with any sort of unforeseen, unexpected crisis without having to bother anyone else in the family. Uninvited guests, she's ready. There is no milk in the house, but friends have come in. She'll know exactly which neighbor's fridge will have spare milk. Go to block B, third floor ali. Miss Rao will have extra milk because on Tuesday she takes half liter extra. So I think women have always had a very 360-degree approach in everything that they do. When they're buying jewelry, when they're buying clothes, when they're buying vegetables, they know exactly the kind of forecasting they are doing for the future. And that's why I believe that an organization that does not utilize this kind of 360-degree thinking that women have very naturally in them is actually poised for a lot of tumultuous times and is losing out on a very, very, very transformative advantage for their company. And today, I see women in every sphere of business actually not needing so much of a push or so much of a guidance as much as they just need a platform. Just give them a chance and let them be. And let their natural instincts take over. A woman's natural instincts and her natural grace and empathy that is so natural to a woman. Probably a lot of MBA colleges are trying very hard to teach. A lot of companies are organizing these very elaborate workshops to teach empathy to their managers and senior leadership. But these are qualities that come so naturally to women. And hence, all that organizations need to do is give them an opportunity and let them play their natural game because they are so good at it. Empathy is a very big word that I think took center stage since COVID, because all managers, all leadership, mostly male, had to be taught how to be empathetic and the importance of empathy in times like COVID. But for women, it came very seamlessly. It came very naturally to be empathetic, to be compassionate, to be understanding. And what's even better is that they can do all of this while being extremely graceful. And as we can see today, on the dais, we have such dynamic women who are so graceful, so unassuming, so secure in their positions. I don't think women approach any project or any task given to them with a sense of extreme competitiveness. I have to do this to prove a point that I'm better than everybody. They approach it with a lot of love. They approach it with great work ethic. And I think when we hear Ms. Ramalakshmi speak, we will hear great examples of what great work ethic is like. She has given over 36 years of her life to service. And when the country needed her, she was there doing her job like she does it every day. And 36 years of her service bore fruit. I think that's how women work. Women at work are not working to prove some big point or for awards and accolades. I think doing a job well is central to our mental peace. Is central. We can't be at peace if we don't do a good job. It's not possible for us. And I have seen my mother was a government school teacher. She served the government for 32 years. And it was very, very important for her. She never even became a headmistress. And I used to all, 30 years, you didn't get promoted? You're not good at your job, huh? It didn't occur to her. It did not occur to her. She was never in a race. What gave her most joy is to see her students understand concepts and be able to apply them. Doing a job well is central to a woman's happiness. And you would remember, if you did not appreciate your mom's cooking, how it would ruffle her. If she had guests at home and they did not say how clean the house was, she's upset. Because that's important to her, to know that she has done a good job. And not for the world to know, for her herself to know that this is a good job. And I think that's a quality no business school can teach anyone. And that's why the world will see how women in business are absolutely unbeatable and such an inspiration. Thank you so much for having me here this evening. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Truly so inspirational. And the views shared about importance of empathy. And truly, I'm sure all of us agree that it was the woman at home who really binded the whole family during COVID, as Shraddha ma'am said. And truly, yes, every woman just wants to do the best. So, request the President to kindly help us felicitate Shraddha.
My request to Madam Shraddha is thank you so much for accepting the invitation. She has a very tight schedule and she has the recording to going forward, so she has to take a leave. Shraddha, it's not just my demand, but also the audience demand. If you may please give us an opportunity to witness your sense of humor. Is it? Yes? Thank you so much, Shraddha. We would love to have you one more time here at FKCCI. A big round of applause for her.
I would now like to invite Ms. Tejashree, Chairperson of the Women Entrepreneurs Committee at FKCCI, to share the essence of International Women's Day with all of us.
Thank you, Anushka. Namaste. Today's chief guest, dear Ms. N. Ramalakshmi, Outstanding Scientist and Deputy Director, UR Rao Satellite Center, ISRO. Guest of honor, dear Ms. Shraddha Jain, Content Creator and an Influencer. Respected President of FKCCI, Shri Ramesh Chandra Lahoti. Senior Vice President, Shri M.G. Balkrishna. Vice President, Srimati Uma Reddy. Immediate Past President, B.V. Gopal Reddy. past President Shri M.C. Dinesh, Advisor, Women Entrepreneurs Committee, respected galaxy of past presidents, my fellow colleague, directors on board, women committee members, awardees, and their family, my dear entrepreneur friends across the district, sponsors, members from print and media, ladies and gentlemen. I join my president in welcoming all of you to the International Women's Day celebration. It's profound honor to stand before you today as a chairperson of Women Entrepreneur Committee, especially on a day as significant as International Women's Day. I thank Mr. President, office bearers for giving me this opportunity. My sincere gratitude to our advisor for unwavering support, guidance, and belief in our team. To all our distinguished guests present on the dais, your presence honors us. Your success story is a powerful reminder of the critical role that women play in advancing science and technology, breaking stereotypes, and paving the way for future generations of women to excel and lead in different fields. Today, we stand united to honor the exceptional achievement of women in diversified fields. This gathering has been a beautiful reminder of the strength that lies in unity and incredible impact we make when we come together and support and uplift one another. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to each one of you for gracing this occasion with your presence. I would like to take a moment to express our deep appreciation for the invaluable contribution of our esteemed office bearers, advisors, past presidents, and predecessors. Your visionary leadership, unwavering dedication, and the trailblazing efforts have paved the way for the growth and success of women entrepreneurs within FKCCI. Your guidance and wisdom continue to inspire all of us. It's a day to honor the achievements and acknowledge the struggles of women across the globe. It's a time to reflect on our journey towards equality and empowerment and rekindle our commitment to a future where every woman has the opportunity to achieve her fullest potential. Today, at FKCCI, we stand in solidarity with women from all walks of life, celebrating not just the successes, but also recognizing the challenges that lie ahead in achieving gender parity in the business world and beyond. Our gathering here is a testament to the strength, resilience, and indomitable spirit of women entrepreneurs and the professionals who are breaking barriers and setting benchmarks in every field imaginable. As we celebrate this day, special day, let's also acknowledge the role of the supportive communities, inclusive policies, and the collective efforts of both men and women towards creating a balanced and equitable society. The path to equality is a shared journey, and it is through our combined efforts that we can accelerate progress. FKCCI has always been at the forefront of championing the cause of women in business, recognizing their invaluable contributions to the economy and to the society. Through initiatives, programs, and platforms designed to empower women entrepreneurs, FKCCI is committed to fostering an ecosystem that not only supports but also celebrates women achievements. Also, I take this moment to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the office secretariats of FKCCI and appreciation to all the incredible support staff who work tirelessly behind the scenes of this program. Your hard work, thank you. Your hard work, dedication, and teamwork have been truly remarkable. Thank you, and let's continue to work together towards a future where every day is a celebration of women achievements and contributions to the world. Wishing all the lovely ladies here Happy Women's Day, and thanks to all the men who have joined us and make us feel so special. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Tejasri, to help and share with us to know how FKCCI has always been a strong pillar of support to every woman entrepreneur. I now take the privilege to invite Ms. Uma Reddy, Vice President of FKCCI, to introduce our esteemed guest of honor.
Thank you, Anushka. on behalf of FKCCI, the Federation of Karnataka Chambers of Commerce and Industry, President Mr. Ramesh Lahoti, Senior Vice President Mr. Balakrishna, Chairperson Tejashri, Advisor Mr. Dinesh, our illustrious past presidents, Managing Committee members, spouses of all our MC members, entrepreneurs, awardees, members and friends from our network, ladies and gentlemen. I have the proud privilege of introducing our chief guest for this evening, our scientist, Ms. N. Ramalakshmi. A very warm welcome to her. And it was just a few days back when from our office, we've been trying to get a profile of hers, and we just got 4 lines, which says, N. Ramalakshmi, presently working as outstanding scientist and deputy director of URSC, ISRO, since 1988, and that's all we had. So I was there a few days back at ISRO, and I said, I'm going to get to know more about her. And when I met Madam Ramalakshmi, she was so hesitant to come to an event of this kind. And I was wondering, we make so much, as Shraddha said, empty vessels make a lot of noise. We do little things, we talk so much. And here is our scientist of Chandrayaan 1, 2, and 3. And now on the 4th Chandrayaan mission and project of the Mars Orbit machine. And yet she is so simple. And she said, that's all you need to do to introduce me is as the, scientist, an outstanding scientist is what I would add up, and a deputy director of URSC. But we all know what goes into a scientist and how much. So we were just talking, and most of it was actually shared by both Radha and our president. But what I'd like to say a little bit more about her, she was born in Tenali in Andhra. She studied in Tamil Nadu. She works in Karnataka, and she learned all the 3 languages, both Telugu, Tamil, Kannada, and she also learned Malayalam. And of course, she's adept at Hindi and of course English. So she's a master of many languages. She comes from a musical family, all in her family except her are great musicians, but she appreciates music. She says she was loved doing a lot of embroidery. Please make note, it was, because once she took on this role as a scientist, there is no other time for anything else. So it's long hours at work and then home. It's because she lives in a joint family. And so the dedication that goes into a life of a scientist in ISRO. And that's why we all here, and I'm sure every person in this room applauds you, ma'am, for your contribution to our country. So a very, very warm welcome to you. And she did her education in Coimbatore in PSG College, and she has done it in electronics and communication. So a very, very warm welcome to you, ma'am. Thank you. May I have the privilege of inviting you to please come here and share your thoughts.
Respected members of FKCCI, dignitaries on and off the dais, wish you all a very good evening. And as we all know, we are here to, actually I took about 2 hours today to prepare my talk because I know that I wouldn't be able to speak for 15 minutes without a little preparation. So that's why I have my papers here. As we all know, we are here to celebrate the International Women's Day, to celebrate women's achievements in various walks of life. Just a brief background. It is being celebrated on 8th March since 1909, when a political party of America celebrated 15,000 women who protested against various issues like low pay scale, equal opportunities, and lack of voting rights in the New York City. That's very surprising because even in India, we have been having voting rights for women since quite some time. Originally, it was called as a National Women's Day, and as the annual celebration spread across the globe, in 1975, the United Nations recognized it as an International Women's Day. So at the outset, my sincere thanks to all of you for having me here today. Being an engineer is a matter of great pride for me, And being an engineer in ISRO, which has demonstrated ISRO's technical prowess in the space domain, in the global space arena, is like an icing on the cake. Like our chief guest who has just left, Shraddha, in one of her videos, I have watched most of her videos actually, in one of her videos where she's wished a happy Engineers Day, she herself is an engineer actually. So in one of those videos, she tells that engineers have got they're very spiritual because they don't have any attachment to anything. Like we don't feel that I'm an electronics engineer, I'll work only with electronics, I'm a civil engineer, I'll only do buildings. Like engineers are very adaptable, we do anything, whatever work is given to us. So the way she told it was very, like I wasn't sure whether she was praising engineers or she was teasing engineers, but yeah, it had a blend of both actually. Maybe sometime you can just watch up that. But anyway, I'm a very proud engineer. Yeah, women have been involved with engineering for centuries, and they have played pivotal roles in shaping the engineering disciplines, although their contributions have often been overlooked or marginalized. Like we had one Ada Lovelace, this is sometime back in the 1830s, she was the first software programmer, computer programmer. Even before the computer was invented, she had started doing the programming. She was actually a countess. And even before the computer was invented, she was working on such things. And if you all know the Charles Babbage, who is known as the father of computers, she was working with him actually. Even though she wrote about a computer, at that time it was called as an analytical engine that was never built actually. She realized that the computer could follow a series of simple instructions to perform a complex calculation. So this I just say with pride because it was a woman who was the first computer programmer. And then we also have one more lady who is called as Lillian Gilbert. She was a pioneer in industrial engineering. Like industrial engineering generally was, for a very long time, it was meant as a field for men. Like mechanical engineering and industrial engineering, we had mostly men. But this lady, she was also in the 1800, in that century only. She was also a master of psychology. So she was sort of combining psychology and industrial engineering. And that I think is a very great management policy. And she was applying this to all the time and motion studies in industrial management. And she was also one of the first PhDs in this subject. And she was married to a person who hadn't actually gone to the engineering school, but together both of them had published many books. But unfortunately, many of the publishers were a little scared to include her name in the book as an author because they felt that the book wouldn't sell if there was a lady engineer's name written on it. So most of the books that she had co-authored with her husband went only in her husband's name. Yeah, now things have changed, but I just wanted to mention how it was some centuries back. Like both these ladies I mentioned are about 2 centuries back. While women remain underrepresented in engineering compared to men, there has been a notable increase in the number of women pursuing engineering degrees and entering the field in these recent decades. My foray into engineering was mainly due to the environment that I grew up in. My father was an engineer in Baba Atomic Research Center, and I have 2 brothers who are also engineers. Both are older than me. And at that age, my sole aim in life was to imitate them. Whatever they do, I would do. I never had too many girlfriends. I had more boyfriends, not in the sense of boyfriends, but more male friends, I would say, because their friends were my friends. I used to always go tagging behind them. They did engineering, I did engineering. That's all. A very simple equation it was. Because I did not want to be considered any lesser than them. That was my main aim, actually. So, and also, my main inspiration for the love of mathematics, it was my mother. She herself was graduating in mathematics when she got married, and during her final year of BSc Maths, she had her first child at the age of 18. So that was the end of her, this one. But anyway, she, all her dreams, she tried to realize it through me actually. Yeah. I did a brief stint as a lecturer in an engineering college after I completed my engineering. And then I joined ISRO in 1988. And I have been with this organization since then. So all things considered, this is the only job I know. I guess if I leave ISRO at any time, I'm totally unfit for the outside world. That is how ISRO has brought us up, I think. And so, yeah, yeah, and I just want to tell a small incidents regarding how I joined ISRO. It was a typical women thing actually, because at that time when I applied for the job in ISRO, the advertisement came from Hassan in Karnataka, and I was in Andhra Pradesh, which is my mother native home, where my father was also working at that point of time. So when I was applying for the job, I did not know where Hassan was. It's not a very popular place outside Karnataka. I thought it may be somewhere near Pakistan actually. The name sounded that way to me. But anyway, I was so desperate for a job. I was applying just anywhere. I applied for SEL in Chandigarh. That was a time when that Operation Blue Star, Indira Gandhi's time, that was going on. And my mother was scolding me, do you think if you get a job there, I'm going to send you? I said, you do whatever you want. I am applying. If I get, I'm going. It's up to you whether you send or not. So that was how I applied for this Hassan job. And after the interview call letter came, my father very reluctantly, he handed over the cover to me. And he said, I prefer you continue as a lecturer rather than to go for this job, because I find it easier to get you married if you are in this lecturer role. But if you go to some place called Hassan, we do not know, I'll not be able to get a groom for you. But I was a very stubborn, and he refused to accompany me to Hassan, nor did he want anyone of my family members to accompany me. So he thought that would be a deterrent for me and I wouldn't go for the interview. But I was a little stubborn at that time. Yeah, I just found out from friends and colleagues. I looked up in India. Actually, I looked up at that Longman's Atlas is there. No, I saw where Hassan was. I realized it was in Karnataka. And then my next job was how to reach that place, and without having to book a hotel room, because at that time still we were not so forward that okay, I just check into a hotel, book a room, freshen up, go for the interview. We didn't. We were very normal background people. We were like middle income, you could say. So then I looked for a bus which would take me overnight to Hassan. I attend the interview there. Again, overnight, I come back to my place of work, where I was a lecturer. So that was my only criteria. So then I landed up in Hassan. That way from Coimbatore, I traveled, came to Hassan. Early morning, 5 o'clock, it was actually very cold. Hassan is colder than, because it's closer to Chikmagalur, it's colder than Bangalore. So I just landed up there with one small bag in which I just had our communication systems, that Kennedy, that book was there with me, because I had to appear for the interview I was studying, and I had a change of sari which I had to wear for the interview. So with that bag, I was just shivering and sitting, and then someone offered me in Hassan. They saw me there and they said that if you don't mind, you can come to my house and change, because you don't seem to have anyone to pick you up. So then he also assured me that his wife is there at home. So then with that confidence, he had come to see off his daughter she was going for your university volleyball camp, coaching camp. Just the previous year from my college, I had attended that camp. So somewhere we bonded over there. And so then he said, okay, you please come. Then I just went there. I did not even want to take a bath, because it's a stranger's house after all. So I just went, brushed my teeth, changed my sari. The good lady, she offered me a cup of coffee. I had it and straight went for the interview. That's all, nothing other than that. So I went there, I was interviewed. The number of applications that they had received was about 700, out of which they had shortlisted 100 based on the university and the academic marks. And out of that 100, they were selecting 4. So I felt that there was a very bleak chance of my getting selected. We do not know how things will happen. But anyway, okay, I got selected and I joined also. So after that, again, when I had to go to Hassan to join, that time my elder brother was telling my father, at least now somebody should go with her, because they have written clearly that they are not going to give accommodation. Where will she stay? Then my father said, she went all the way alone for the interview itself. She will manage, let her go. You don't have to accompany her or anything. That was a kind of feeling that fathers had. Because for them, their main aim, I'm not saying anything against him, their main aim is to get their daughter married into a good family. That's all. So he just let me go. I somehow managed, and yeah, now I am here continuing in the ISRO, this one. So after that, I got married. My husband was working in Bangalore, so that's how I shifted to Bangalore. My husband and my son, they have been my pillars of support. My husband, he's my source of strength, inspiration, perspiration, everything, motivation. And to be where I am today, and I'm always very grateful to him for all his support actually. Yeah, and okay, a little about ISRO, because I'm sort of representing the women in ISRO, so I just want to, I'll tell a little about the work that goes on in ISRO. Here we are building satellites and launch vehicles on a very frugal budget. This word, I will take it up again later, and it offers its space capabilities and know-how as a model to other countries also. We do a lot of support for other countries. Recently also when Uma ma'am had come, she saw that there was one project called NISAR. It is a joint project along with NASA. In fact, the N in NISAR stands for NASA. So that way we are doing a lot of work for other countries. We have launched a lot of satellites for other countries. At least 10 to 12 foreign countries we have launched their satellites. It actually earns a lot of income in dollars, but I don't think there is any, it doesn't come out in the public domain, so there are not many are aware of this fact. There is also an enhanced thrust towards indigenization of space components, satellite systems, import substitutes catering to the requirements of the space sector. Why I am specifically mentioning this point is because I am standing in front of so many industrialists and entrepreneurs. So I would like you all to take a cue from this sentence. Yeah. Establish state-of-art facilities for making and testing rockets, large and complex spacecrafts, and we also support a lot of NGEs, thereby enabling the Indian industries to build satellites indigenously in this country, in our country. Today, ISRO is able to indigenously design, realize, launch, and operate satellites using its own rockets and deliver the application outcome to the users. However, there are some specialty materials and components, particularly electronic components, which are being imported. We are looking forward to the day, by we, I mean ISRO, we are looking forward to the day when the domestic demand for these items becomes so large that the Indian industry will find it prudent to not only invest in plants to manufacture these items within India, but also support and supply the components to our friends, foreign friends in space sector like the NASA, ESA, JAXA and all other countries. In ISRO, we also have a very open work culture where we are all free to express our ideas and thoughts irrespective of gender, seniority or qualification. The technical review system is thorough. It is systematic and totally transparent. Most inadequacies of our designs, they are brought out during these reviews itself, and all the designers are also, they are very open to any kind of suggestions or modifications in the design. In all my years of experience, I have never seen an idea being shelved just because it has come from a lady engineer or because it has come from a person who holds only a diploma to a senior engineer. It never happens that way. Whatever we are all open, because everybody is speaking from their experience and their knowledge. So we always give respect for that. I was a deputy project director of RF systems for OceanSat, Mars Orbiter Mission and Chandrayaan-2. Mars Orbiter Mission, affectionately called as MOM. It took me to the peak of fantasy. Just imagine, like, you have to communicate, that is, you have to speak and you have to listen to a satellite which is 400 million kilometers away from the Earth. And that is like, you are listening, you are just having a whispering conversation with your friend in a India-Pakistan World Cup final match in the Eden grounds. Like, just imagine, like, that is a sound that will be there and still that whisper has to be recognized. So that was a kind of, I'm basically a communication person, RF communications. So that was a kind of challenge that was given to us. So you can imagine until then we had done satellites which were 700 kilometers away, 800 kilometers away, 1,500 or 36,000 also we have done, and we have been successful. Now we were asked to communicate with a satellite which was 400 million kilometers away. That was a real challenge. Anyway, in spite of all this, and also the antenna is also, the beam of the antenna is so narrow, just 2 degrees. So in that 2 degrees, if the satellite slightly points away, we will be looking at some other planet, we wouldn't be looking at the Earth at all. So that's a real challenge, like for the persons to maintain that pointing exactly to the Earth. That was also a very big challenge. So in spite of all this, we went ahead with the satellite making, which is a very complex process. And this was the first time for mom that we were working towards a launch date. The date was set. Usually, they will tell tentatively first quarter of so-and-so year or second quarter of so-and-so year. They tell us a date. And usually, the dates will get postponed due to whatever reason, like something is not ready or something has not happened, or we are unable, our procurement process, we don't get something like that. But here, the date was fixed. The reason being, it has to, like, it is all depending upon these planetary positions. It's almost like they write our Jatakam when we are born, no? It's almost like that. So correctly, the Earth is here, the satellite is going around the Earth, and at one point of time, it escapes the Earth's gravity and it travels towards Mars. When it is escaping, the Mars would have been somewhere here. And as it travels at millions of kilometers, when the Mars comes here, our satellite should reach there and we have to capture the satellite. So that is why I said the planetary positions were so critical. So a very short launch window was given. Like you have to launch between this date and this date in this year. And that was just 15 months away. 15 months is a very short time to make a complex satellite, but anyway, we went ahead. Like we kept borrowing systems from here, from there, and somehow we have integrated, we have done it. And unfortunately, we had set the date in the beginning of the launch window, but there was a postponement, but not because to the end of the launch window, not in another year or anything. And that was because of a ground system failure. It was not because of a satellite failure. That was a real unfortunate part of it. But anyway, it happened. And the day the satellite captured the Mars planet, that was the day I was convinced that, yeah, ISRO engineers can do good work, I felt finally. Because it was a very, the Mars is there and the satellite is going this way. After it comes here, actually, we are supposed to reduce the velocity of the satellite. And then the gravity of the Mars, the planet, will capture the satellite and then it will start moving around Mars. Instead of moving around the Earth, it starts moving around Mars. If that correct orbital determination is not done and the velocity is not reduced, it would have been a flyby mission. It would have just escaped and gone away. Mars is here, it would have just escaped and gone away. But everything, it worked, the calculations were done so exactly that we could capture it very well. And I think India was the first country where we have had a Mars mission successfully in the first attempt. No other country has done it. And also, one more thing I would like to share is, at that point of time, we did not have such powerful rockets where directly I launch in Sriharikota on the Earth and it will go to Mars. We do not have such powerful rockets. So, we have our own Gujri techniques, what we have from our this thing. And one of our, like if you see this children, especially in the smaller towns and all, they'll be playing, no? They'll tie a stone to the end of a rope. They'll keep turning, and then they will throw it. So that time what happens is, the stone has developed enough velocity, so when you throw it, it will go much farther than if you are just throwing it. In fact, if you see even a discus thrower also does the same thing. You throw a discus just like this, it goes to some X meters. But if the discus thrower, he goes around himself and then throws it, then it goes to a much farther distance because already some velocity has been developed on that discus. So we developed the same technique. We launched the satellite just a few hundreds of kilometers around the Earth. We kept going around and around the Earth. At least some 6 orbits we made. We developed a velocity for that, and then we let it. We threw the satellite into the space. So it had enough thrust to travel to the Mars without any fuel consumption. Just like that, it has gone on its own. So at that time, there was a running joke actually, especially with Bangalore autos, you know how costly they are. There was a running joke saying that ISRO has sent a satellite to Mars at a lesser cost than an auto driver would ferry a passenger to Mars. So that was a kind of thing that was running at that time. Anyway, it gave us a lot of satisfaction and a lot of pride at that point of time. And then after that, soon after the Mars mission, we had the Chandrayaan 2 disappointment, where the lander did not soft land on the moon. In fact, it had actually it crashed onto the moon's surface because of certain parameters that were not anticipated. So the next mission, the task that was given to us was somehow or the other, we need to land softly on the moon without crashing into it. That was our only task that was given. So then there was so many brainstorming sessions took place, and we had every system contributed their part of building some kind of tolerance. In case another system does not perform properly, still this system will help it to pull it back into its working this thing. So that was the kind, every system had developed those tolerances, and so because of that we were able to soft land on the moon. And of course after that it's a kind of a public knowledge what happened after that. So like the other day, even our vice president was telling, when he had come to our office, madam was also there, he was telling that at the live viewership of the YouTube of the Chandrayaan-3 lander landing on the moon, it had surpassed all other viewerships. Like it had the maximum number of viewership on, like globally, not only in India. And we received appreciation from almost all of them were really very kind enough to give us that this thing, that saying that yes, you have done a good job. Like usually we don't expect, no, we always put ourselves a little low. So when all the really spacefaring countries like US and Japan and all of them, when they sent their congratulations, we were all really happy. And the Prime Minister himself was there at that time, yeah. So this historic success of Chandrayaan-3, and actually the main motto here is that we were not the first ones who landed on the moon. Other countries have landed. If others can do it, we can also do it. That was our main this one. And always our founder, Professor U.R. Rao, he used to always tell, if somebody has done it, you can do it better. So we just followed that and we kept doing it like. So after the success of the Chandrayaan-3 mission, it has indeed enhanced stature and credibility and respect for ISRO and also India in the international community. And I can assure you that ISRO will continue its quest for achieving its goals in space technology, for providing operational services, science and exploration, and we definitely need the support of the industry for this. That is a very sincere request from my side on behalf of ISRO. Okay, now I'll also come to the topic of women empowerment, because that is what we are here to celebrate. So yeah, well, there is no doubt that women have been the underdogs for various centuries. Today there are ample opportunities for all of us. The very fact that we have so many successful women in various fields, arts, archaeology, we have an Indra Nooyi who is an industrialist, we have a Nirmala Sitharaman who is one of the, considered the top in financial management, and we have a Kangana Ranaut who has got so many awards in her field of films. So like this, I can go on with the list so much. And most importantly, we have so many successful industrialists and entrepreneurs in this very hall, which tells us that we have come a long way from the beaten and battered Bharatiya Nari that all other countries would like to project us. We are not that anymore. So it is now our responsibility to take the coming generations ahead. At the same time, I would also like to emphasize that women have certain special advantages, talents and characteristics that men don't possess. It is nothing like superior or inferior. It is just that God has made men and women like that. Yeah. So we are created to be sensitive, but we are very perceptive. We are gentle, but we are very strong also. We are patient, but very quick in acting. We are tolerant, but yet we are very firm. We are created we are also treated with very special respect and consideration, which men don't get outside, even if they're older than us. Like many times, myself and my husband, we go together in the metro. Most people will stand up and offer me a seat, but unfortunately, he's older than me, but they don't give him. So, yeah, such kind of things. Yeah, also, we also take very mature decisions, because generally women don't have ego. That I think we're also mentioning over here. And also we are nourishing, because mamata, that is a thing, like we are generally nourishing. So that way we make very good team players, and we are also very good team builders also. So all these things are not weaknesses, like what I said, that sensitive, gentle, they are not weaknesses. Rather, these are our strengths with which we can definitely carry out our tasks better, faster and successfully as compared to our male counterparts. in the pursuit of asserting female presence, we see ladies in certain fields like police and all that. Please, I'm not judging anybody, or I'm not saying anything negative or anything like that, but it is just a thought that we are not really cut out to have that kind of aggressiveness in us. A police needs to be aggressive to perform their duties well. But since we don't have that in us, our brains are not wired like that. That's a problem. So it's sort of, still we have seen a lot of, like from Kiran Bedi onwards, we are seeing a lot of people, successful people, and of course now even in army and all that. I do not know how many of them are actually in the forefront of any war. But they have to really change their mindset to be in that. It's a really, hats off to them. It's a lot of effort goes into it. It is not very easy. What we are doing, like engineers or doctors or teachers or bankers or industrialists, what we are doing is something that we are capable of doing. But what ladies in such kind of forces and in police or even auto drivers you take, they're doing something much apart. I do not know whether how much it pains them to do that work. I think it pains them a lot. I don't know. I don't know personally anyone, but it's just my feeling that it must be paining them a lot to do the work that they are doing because they're not cut out for it. It's just a thought that I'm sharing. I'm not judging anybody. Please don't think like that. Yeah. So with all this, I will end my talk, and I would also say a huge thanks to all the men who have given us our space in this society. And I also think that you people should celebrate your International Men's Day also. Yeah, we will definitely support you, and we will also work for you at that time. Yeah, but I think you should do it. Yeah. If there is, thank you.
Can I request all to raise? And we'd like to applaud our engineers, scientists, down-to-earth, tolerant. You've really done our country proud, madam. Please. Thank you very much.
It was really inspirational, ma'am, to hear you and to hear the journey from Hassan to ISRO, and surely to know more about the wonderful experiences and challenges that you've gone through at ISRO. And surely it's been wonderful to know that definitely, and she has helped us reinforce that women are unstoppable. And women can communicate to anybody, be it far or near. Thank you, ma'am. We would like to request Mr. President and the office bearers to please felicitate our chief guest. It's time now to thank the sponsors of the event, PMG Diamonds. They have sponsored 10 lucky gift hampers. We will be taking out 3 lucky draws now. As your names are called, I request you all to just stand up and wave out to the audience. 5 names now. And we will be giving the hampers at the end to all the 10 before the vote of thanks. So I request the President and office bearers to help take out 5 names of lucky draw. So as your names are called, I request you all to please stand up and just wave out to all of us.
Okay, so the first lucky winner for the day is Shah Rukh Khan. No, sorry. We have Geetanjali AR, telephone number possibly ending with 715 or 115. It's no clarity. Yes, we have Geetanjali. A big round of applause. Thank you. We'll see you a little later. Okay. So we have Senior VP picked up, is it our office staff, Ankita? Ankita Shetty, 7813, number ending. Come, Ankita. Okay. Then we have the third lucky winner. We have our sponsor PMJ Jewels with a hamper for Sudha Mani MV, number ending 488. Yes, thank you. Then we have, is it again our office staff? I'm not sure. P. Raja Rajeshwari, number ending 272. Yes. Okay. I think President picked up that card. Whoa. We have from President's office. Okay, then we have another number, Saumya G, number ending 426. Right? Okay, 3 of them, and we had the bowl right there. This was not picked up intentionally though, because 3 of them were our staff. Okay, many congratulations to all the Lucky Dip winners. We'll see you a little later. Thank you.
So are we all ready to go to the next part of the event? Great. So fasten your seatbelts. Brace yourself. We now have a special guest, the youngest motivational speaker, who will surely mesmerize you with her talk. So a big round of applause for her.
Ladies and gentlemen, brilliant entrepreneurs and champions of change, happy International Women's Day. Today, we're not just celebrating a date on the calendar. We're reveling in the unstoppable force that is womanhood. As we commemorate this day, I want to dive into the vibrant world of women entrepreneurs, the trailblazers, the risk takers, and the visionaries that shape our future. Now, I could just stand here and reel off about the impressive statistics about the rise of women in entrepreneurship. And I will. But first, I wanted to make this celebration a little more interactive. So I want each one of you to think of a woman entrepreneur in your mind. Someone who really inspires you. It could be someone you know personally. It could be a contemporary trailblazer. And I'm pretty sure you already have someone in mind. Yes? Then raise your hands. Brilliant. So, now here's where it gets interesting. I want each one of you to think about, what is it about her journey or her character or her achievements that really inspires you? Now, let's take a moment to just connect through these stories. What is about her that truly inspires you? I want you to think about it for a moment. Now, you see, women symbolize empowerment, inspiring courage, protection, and resilience. Her influence fosters compassion, fearlessness, and a pursuit of knowledge. And today's women embody all of these qualities across diverse sectors, displaying multifaceted strength and graceful balance in their roles. They navigate challenges with the wisdom and determination, exemplified by Navadasas, the 9 incarnations of Lord Durga, contributing significantly in various fields. In essence, contemporary women seamlessly integrate these core values represented in our age-old heritage, showcasing resilience, leadership, and a deep connection with their inner strength. Today, we are celebrating the essence of being a woman. And now, may I request Anushka ma'am, who is known as a samosa queen. Yep, you heard me right. She is known as a samosa queen, as she is a co-founder of Snack Me, and they manufacture not 100, not 1,000, but 20,000 samosas a day. Can you believe it? And they empower women from the lower economic strata who manufacture these ready-to-cook snacks. So get ready to be inspired by more success stories that will be shared. Thank you.
Thank you, Yashika. So how many of you are inspired by what she just told you all and what you all heard? Definitely. How many of you wish you could do so confident and inspiring speech to the world with your words and action? Meet this incredible 13-year-old dynamo, the youngest motivational speaker recognized by India, Asia, and the world. Founder of the Yashika World Foundation, she empowers with positive aptitude, bold leadership training to all, hosting weekly webinars on confident public speaking, and also she's soon releasing her book, The 1% Goal Club. She's also the youngest BNI member helping break barriers across. A big round of applause for Yashika. We now move on to the much more interesting part of the day. We thank everyone for being part of the empowering and celebrating evening. Let's make it a night to remember as we honor and recognize the incredible achievements of women entrepreneurs. As we acknowledge and honor our outstanding women achievers, as we call the name, we request the awardee and the family member of the awardee to come up on stage. I request Yashika to please join me through the ceremony. We thought let's make it interesting. If not Shah Rukh Khan and Saif Ali, the two women can do the best. So we have our first awardee, Ms. Prema Ramappa, Karnataka's first and only women driver. We are recognizing her for the powerful yet grounded goddess Shailaputri. A big round of applause. I'm sure she makes all of us proud.
ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಸರ್, ಇವರು ಫೋನಿಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಡ್ಯೂಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಇವ್ರ ಮನೆ ಹತ್ರ ಒಬ್ಬರನ್ನ ಕರೆಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇವ್ರನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿರೋದು ನಾವು. ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಹೊರಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಿಕ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್. ನಿಮಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಕಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಓಡಿಸಿರುವಂಥ ರೋಡ್ ಯಾವುದು, ದಾರಿ ಯಾವುದು, ಯಾಕೆ?
ಅಂದ್ರೆ 343 ರೀ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಡಿವಾಳ ಬೊಮ್ಮನಹಳ್ಳಿ ಬೇಗೂರು ಒಳಗಡೆ ಕೆಂಪೇಗೌಡ ಟು ಬೇಗೂರು ಹೋಗ್ರಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ 15 ವರ್ಷಲಿಂದನೂ ಅದೇ ರೂಟ್ ಐತ್ರಿ. ಒಂದೇ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ರೋಡ್ದಾಗ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ರೋಡ್ದಾಗ ಬರ್ಬೇಕ್ರಿ. ಅಗದಿ ತಿಕ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ಬೇಕ್ರಿ. ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ರೋಡ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಾಗ ಬೇಗೂರು ರೀ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ 343 ರೀ. ಕೆಂಪೇಗೌಡ ಟು ಬೇಗೂರು ರೀ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ 343 ರೀ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದೊಂದೇ ರೀ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ರೋಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ರೀ. ಅದೊಂದೇ ರೀ. 15 ಮಡಿವಾಳ ಬೊಮ್ಮನಹಳ್ಳಿ ಬೇಗೂರು. ಈಗ 15 ವರ್ಷ ಆದರೂ ಆ ರೂಟ್ ಹಂಗೆ ಐತ್ರಿ. ದೊಡ್ಡದು ಮಾಡೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ರೀ. ಅದ್ರಾಗ ಹೋಗಿ ಅದ್ರಾಗ ಬರ್ತೇವೆ. ಅದಂದ.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್. ನೀವು ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ತುಂಬ ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಯಿತು. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್.
ಈಗ ನಮಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಶುಭ ಸಂಜೆ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಹಾಸನರಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಅಣ್ಣ ತಮ್ಮ ಅಕ್ಕ ತಂಗಿದ್ರಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. ಈ ವುಮನ್ಸ್ ಡೇ ಮಹಿಳಾ ದಿನಾಚರಣೆ ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈಗ ಮಹಿಳಾ ಚಾಲಕಿ ಅಂತ ಗುರುತಿಸಿ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಈ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ಗೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಜನರಿಗೆ ಪರಿಚಯ ಮಾಡಿ ತೇಜಸ್ವಿ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅವರು ಕರೆಸಿ ನಮಗೆ ಸನ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನನ್ನ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
ಸನ್ಮಾನ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇದು FKCCI ಸನ್ಮಾನ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್.
We move on to the second awardee, Miss Meghna Girish, Major Akshay Girish Memorial Trust. We request ma'am to join us on stage along with your family members.
If we are all sitting in this auditorium enjoying the program, it is because somewhere at the remote borders of our country, our brave soldiers are on duty 24/7, be it hot summer or freezing cold winter. They are always at the service of the nation. Today, we have among us Ms. Meghna Girish, who is a proud wife of Wing Commander Girish Kumar and mother of Major Akshay Girish. Major Akshay Girish, as you all know, fought valiantly with terrorists in Jammu and Kashmir on 29th November 2016 and saved many a people from being taken as hostage. Ms. Meghna Girish is an educationist who's being invited to various prestigious forums across the world. She's the founder trustee of Major Akshay Girish Memorial Trust, and her blog, called Finding New Meaning, is widely read by people across the world, with invitations to various educational institutes and workshops and talks. She is a big-time social influencer. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big hand as we invite Ms. Meghna Girish.
We recognize ma'am for being determined and dedicated, representing Goddess Brahmacharni. Big round of applause. Ma'am, I'm sure everybody would like to hear the one message that you would like to share with other women who think twice before sending their family members to the armed forces.
This auditorium is full of women entrepreneurs. But over here, I'd like to dedicate my award to all the women behind the forces. The soldiers, because of whom? Because they defend our country selflessly. That's the reason why the rest of us can go on with our dreams, be it an education, a career, or business, or excellence in any field. So with great modesty and gratitude, this award is dedicated to all the mothers, all the wives, and all the sisters, and all the daughters of all soldiers who defend our nation. Thank you. Jai Hind.
We now move on to our third awardee, Miss Neelima Wobugari. Can we have her on stage, please? We're recognizing her for the knowledge she has, and she represents Goddess Chandraghanta. Can we have the AV, please?
Meet Neelima Wobugari, a trailblazer in the world of artificial intelligence. With over a decade of experience in AI, Neelima has been at the forefront of numerous groundbreaking projects. Her contributions have ranged from revolutionizing pharmacovigilance to crafting cutting-edge AI solutions that empower industries and individuals alike. Not only has she raised 3 patents, but Neelima has also been recognized with prestigious awards like Women in AI and the Div Persity Award. Her ability to communicate complex AI concepts in simple terms makes her a standout in her field. Neelima Wobugari, a visionary, a leader, and an inspiration in the world of artificial intelligence.
AI is transforming the world. Whether you are an individual or a business person, use AI to radically transform your business. However, if you are planning to build a trustworthy AI product, use our product AI Ensure.
She has so far having 3 patents certified in her name. Ma'am, a quick question. If you could share with everyone, what is the apps that you feel that women entrepreneurs can use today to make their life more productive?
Thank you, FKCCI and the team members for recognizing me, and I'm very thankful to the ecosystem that we are in a scenario where women are not actually demeaned, right? We have heard stories from Ramalakshmi ma'am and even before generations where women were not really considered, but now we're actually considered on par, and yeah, we receive many awards even if we do things on par to men, where men will not receive awards, right? So we are very lucky in that way, especially when you have supporting life partner and family. And when coming to answering the question which she has asked, what is that we as women have to leverage? I say internet. We have to leverage internet. And internet is a very generic answer, right? There are plenty of apps on internet, girls, men, and women. Please leverage internet. There are plenty of apps. You can search ChatGPT. I don't say that ChatGPT is fully reliable, but for any app that you want to use, you can say, I want to create a video. Is there any AI app? Ask ChatGPT. Among the 3 answers it gives, at least 1 will be correct. So don't fully rely on it, but use ChatGPT for your benefit. ChatGPT is one tool that I'm talking to, but again, Google, definitely all of you know Googling. I say use AI very efficiently, okay? AI is not fully trustworthy. That's what our application AI Ensured is used for, to make sure that AI products are trustworthy. And for that matter, let me add one simple point again. AI products are biased against women too, okay? AI products are biased against. So our product AI Ensured make sure that every product, every AI product removes the bias. So if you're developing an AI product, you can
Thank
use
you,
AI
ma'am.
Ensured.
Sorry for the constraint of time.
Thank
Probably
you.
everyone can interact with her after the ceremony. We move on. We request all the awardees to keep their views crisp to just 30 to 40 seconds. Thank you.
My role model is Uma Reddy, ma'am.
We move on to the next awardee, Miss Vandana Bogaram. We kindly request her to join us on stage. We're recognizing her for healthy and wealthy, being healthy and wealthy, and that represents Goddess Kushmanda.
Ms. Vandana Bogram is a director of Sarathi International and the founder of WOW, which is World of Woman. Through her foundation, she addresses a core issue which is personal to a woman, and that is dealing with menstrual hygiene and educating the female about the importance of it. Through her program, Teach India, she is successfully transforming children from slums to school-going children, and thereby bringing smiles and joy on their faces. Known as a Pad Woman, she has received many awards and has been invited to various TV channels, education institutes, and various corporate sectors to spread awareness among womenfolk. Ladies and gentlemen, let's all clap together as I invite Ms. Vandana Bogram.
Thank you, ma'am. We would like to know what is the one thing or one tip that you would like to share with the audience that they should discuss with their girl child at home in crisp 30 seconds.
Two things, if you have daughters, please educate them and tell them that menstruation is a celebration of womanhood. It's not a problem, it's not a disease, and it's definitely not a headache. If you have sons, please educate them to be kind and compassionate to the women around them, especially during periods. Periods is not, that time of the month or, that premenopause, it's not a kind of a ridicule, but, to be understanding to women around them during their periods. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. We would now like to invite on stage Miss Savitramma, who is also known as the Club Whisperer. For her emotionality and intelligence clubbed with emotionality, we recognize her for Goddess Skanda Mata. Isn't it truly amazing? I think we need to give a louder applause.
ಒಂದು ಸೀಕ್ರೆಟ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದಾ, ನೀವು ಹೇಗೆ ಈ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳನ್ನ ಸಾಕ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವು ಹೋಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೇಲಿರೋ ಬೆಕ್ಕು ನಾಯಿ ಜೊತೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂತ.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಸೀಕ್ರೆಟ್ ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಕೊತೀವೋ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ನಮಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತವೆ. ನಾವು ಯಾವತ್ತು ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡಲ್ವೋ ಅದು ಯಾವ ನಮಗೆ ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ. ನಾವೆಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ನೋಡ್ಕೊತೀವೋ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ನಮಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತವೆ, ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಹೊಲ್ಕೊತಾವೆ ಅವು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
So well said, what goes around comes around, be it animals or humans. Tumba dhanyavadagalu. We now call upon our next awardee on stage, Miss Akansha Singh, for being strong and fearless. We relate her to the goddess of Katyani. Can we have a loud round of applause for her, please?
Today's women are breaking barriers across all frontiers, especially in sports. Today, we have among us Akansha Singh, who is an accomplished international basketball player. She is hailed as one of the 4 basketball players in India who led the charge of leadership, from taking India from the 14th position in 2004 to prestigious 4th position in 2014 in the Asian Basketball Championships. She's a recipient of prestigious Rani Lakshmi Bai Award. Today, she is contributing to the sports by nurturing the budding basketball players. Through Sping's Sports Foundation, she runs various programs across the society to bring fun and team building through sports. So with a huge round of applause, may I have the pleasure to invite our sports icon, Akansha Singh.
Ma'am, can you quickly just share a quick tip, a fitness tip to all the women entrepreneurs here who are always multitasking?
See, we take out time. It's important to take out time for ourselves, right? We do so much work. We work hard in our businesses. If you keep fit, it will give you more endurance, right? And more endurance means you can be more productive, right? Just take out like 30 minutes in a day and do cardio, maybe some dances, maybe some fitness. Open YouTube and just follow. And just do that and you'll be fit.
Thank you very much. So now we would like to take out the other 5 lucky winners for the day who would be getting gift hampers from our sponsor, PMG Jewels. Is the heartbeat beating?
Okay, the 6th hamper winner is Hanumakka, number ending 6385. Is the person in the auditorium? Okay, Swapna S, number ending 577. Do we have Sapna here? Otherwise, we will pick some other card. Swapna is here. Oh, okay, thanks. Then we have Chaitra P. Jain, number ending 907. Oh my God. I can't see her, but I can hear that noise. All right, so we have the, sir, is it applicable for, okay. I thought it is Prasanna Kumar. No, it's Prasanna Kumari. Number ending with 430. Do we have Prasanna Kumari? Yes. And the last name, is it? Okay, Shantaki, is that correct? Number ending 4857. SHATA, and then I see doctor's handwriting, KH.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, could you please quickly tell your mobile number? 861836. I just cross-checked, it's the right person. Thank you.
See, Lawrence, Durga also wanted all the 10 winners to be women. So we have 10 lucky winners and all are women. We move on to our next awardee, Colonel Mandeep Vardi. May I please call her on stage? For being fierce and risk-taking, we relate her qualities to Goddess Kalaratri. Colonel Mandeep is a native of Ajmer, Rajasthan. She was commissioned on 29th March 2004 in the Logistic Corps of the Indian Army, the Army Service Corps. She had been an active participant in athletics as well as martial arts. During her 20 years of service, she had been posted to various regions, both in India as well as under UN mission to South Africa, New Zealand, and Cambodia. For dedication towards service, she has been awarded with the prestigious award, including Force Commander Certificate of Appreciation in the UN, and many others. Presently, she is serving as Commanding Officer in the No. 1 Training Battalion at the Army Service Corps Central and College. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now request you all to give a loud round of applause for Colonel Mandeep. We have a video which captures moments of our awardee. Ma'am, request you to quickly share any one unforgettable and fearless decision that you have taken during your journey in the armed forces.
The decision that I took was to join the army was, I think, so the most challenging one.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
We move on to the next awardee, Swizzle Furtado, crowned as Miss Teen International Princess. We recognize her for the beautiful and happy princess that we have amongst her, relating to Devi Mahagauri. Can we have the AV, please?
Push it back on it, bring it back on it. Give me the thing, become a waffle lock on it. Bind it, wiggle it, set the chop on it. 2 more shots, now we in a hot panic. 2 girl and I'm ready for jump on it. 2 to my word, I'm ready for jump on it. Ready for run on it.
Buenos noches, Weasel Furtado, India!
जैसे आँखों की डिबिया में निंदिया और निंदिया में मीठा सा सपना और सपने में मिल जाए फरिश्ता सा कोई जैसे रंगों भरी पिचकारी जैसे तितलियां फूलों की क्यारी जैसे बिना मत We are dreamers, we make it happen 'cause we can see it. Here's to the one that keep the passion, respect. Oh yeah.
A big round of applause for Swizzle Furtado. If you could quickly in 30 seconds share what beauty really means to you.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Firstly, I would like to thank the family of FKCCI for honoring me with such a prestigious award. And jumping on the question, beauty just does not mean about your outer appearance, but what actually means is your inner beauty, which has compassion, helping each other, loving, and having a very peaceful relationship with everyone. Because as time passes away, your outer beauty fades, but what you have is your inner beauty. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We move on to the last awardee of the day, Nagaratna and Malti Sharma, who have been recognized for their wisdom and how they've been successful as a duo together. And we recognize them to represent Devi Dhatri. So this is a duo of the sister and the sister-in-law, Mrs. Nagaratna Ravindran, ambitious and resilient. They've really gone by the journey together, the strategy, the acumen, unwavering determination that have steered to bring their brand, Adukole, through the great heights, resulting in its expansive growth in international markets. Their dedication to the quality and innovation has set new standards in the market of snacks. A big round of applause for the two duos who really want to make our Indian snacks famous in India and outside. A quick question. If you both wouldn't have been entrepreneurs, what would you have been and why?
If we wouldn't be entrepreneurs, we would be another housewives only. See, we just want, actually both of us are working. I was working for LIC, she is All India Radio, and she is a singer also by herself. So we were working, so we knew what the difficulties of working women and children going abroad. See, so we wanted to make their lives easier. We have instant foods, masala mixes, snacks, so that working women can focus on other things rather than only cooking in the house.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I would like to now request all the awardees to please join us on the stage to capture the moment
Now, I recognize our FKCCI women directors. I call upon to stage Madam Jessie Lawrence, Sushima Madam, Tejashwini is here, Tejashri, anyone here? And I request Leela to come over and honor them. I'll just take another 2 minutes. You have now saw Goddess 10 awardees. Here at FKCCI, the whole show is run by 10 Shaktis Durgas of FKCCI staff. So I recognize them because today is the Women's International Day. It's an appropriate, we thought from the office bearers, that we should recognize the woman, our Durga, who's working round the clock to make FKCCI honor at a greater spirit. So now I request all the 10 women staff to come on the stage. No.
Ms. Bhagyalakshmi, Ms. Padma, Ms. Rajarajeshwari. Can we have a louder applause, as without them, this event would definitely not been successful. Ms. Indrani, Ms. Rama, Ms. Harini, Ms. Ankita, Ms. Shobha, Ms. Soumya, Ms. Pramila. Truly the strong pillars behind every successful event at FKCCI. The true women behind the scene. Thank you. We request all the office bearers, the committee members, to please join our dynamic president on stage to have a group photograph. A big round of applause to the brains and the strategy behind this event, who've really thought through and culminated this event to this genre. Ladies and gentlemen, as we near the end of this empowering evening, I kindly request you all to stay back for the national anthem, which will follow after the vote of thanks. To propose the vote of thanks, please join me in welcoming Ms. Jessie Lawrence, Director at FKCCI. Let's express our heartfelt appreciation for the support, dedication, and enthusiasm that have made the International Women's Day celebration a resounding success. After the word of thanks, we will be inviting all the 10 lucky draw winners on stage to hand over their hampers, sponsored by PMG Jewels. Thank you.
Madam N. Ramalakshmi, our President, Mr. Ramesh Chandra Lahoti, our Senior Vice President, Mr. M.G. Balakrishna, Madam Uma Reddy, our Vice President, and Madam Tejashree, Chairperson, Women Entrepreneur Committee, and Mr. Dinesh, Advisor, Women Entrepreneur Committee, and past presidents of FKCCI, my colleagues, and Madam Uma, Co-Chairperson, Women Entrepreneur Committee, respected past presidents, MC members of FKCCI, and my dear colleagues, representatives from other associations, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, and it is my privilege to extend the word of thanks to the dignitaries for having graced the occasion for this International Women's Day celebration. We would like to express our deep gratitude and appreciation to each and everyone who participated in the International Women's Day celebration. We are truly humbled by the outpouring of support we have received. I would like to express our sincere thanks to Madam Ramalakshmi, outstanding scientist and Deputy Director, UPSA and ISRO, Bengaluru, for accepting our invitation to be the chief guest for this program and address this August gathering despite her busy schedule. The valid points which you have addressed is very inspiring to the women present here. Thank you, Madam. I extend my sincere gratitude to Madam Shraddha. She already left. And thank you, Madam Shraddha. It's my pleasure to thank all the women achievers of today. Special thanks to the event sponsor, PMJ Jewelers. And special thanks to the goodie sponsors, our Mr. S. Babu, past president FKCCI, Mr. N.S. Srinivas Murthy, past president FKCCI, Anushka Snack Me from Snack Me, Nagaratna Ravindra from Adukole, and from Mrs. Haji Abdul. We also thank Ms. Anushka and Ms. Yashika Mahajan to do the master ceremony for this event. It was very great, and they made us to be very live in this program. Thank you so much. I want to thank Madam Tejashree, Chairperson, Women Entrepreneurs Committee, for leading this organization, this program. I thank all the past presidents, members of the Managing Committee members of FKCCI, various associations, secretariat, invitees, and officials for their gracious presence today. I wanted to honor our advisor, Mr. MC Dinesh, for making this function very grand success. I want to thank all the press and electronic media for their wonderful support and cooperation for this event. And I thank each one of you for being with us and making this event memorable and successful. I call upon onto the dais somebody from PMJ Jewels here. PMJ Jewels, the sponsor, the main sponsor. Yes, thank you. A big round of applause for to Mr. PMJ Jewels. Thank you once again.
Geetanjali AR, the lucky draw awardees, winners, sorry. Geetanjali AR.
Give a big round of applause to Yashika, the youngest mentor, and request outstanding MC for the day, Anushka, to kindly get felicitated by President. May I request the President to kindly felicitate MC for the event. Anushka, give her a big round of applause. And today's brownie is sponsored by Anushka from Snack Me. Thank you so much, Yashika and Anushka. You kept us engaging. Thank you. May I now call all the 10 people who won. By the way, where is the sponsors here? Yeah. So all the people who have won has won the silver coins for the day, right? It's a 10 gram. Yeah. So may I request Geetanjali AR Shatakshi, Prasanna Kumari, Chaitra P. Jain, Swapna, Hanumakka, Saumya Ji, Rajeshwari, Sudha Mani, Ankita Shetty to collect their 10-gram silver coin, being lucky winners for the day. Thank you, sponsors, PMJ. Thank you so much for sponsoring today's event.
We will have the national anthem played after this, soon after this. Great to see women always on stage. Thank you very much.